against PSG, leading the break. Gomes looking for the overlap. Alba inside. It's Messi!
Outside, who plays it inside. Great tackle, but oh, he's finished off by Jamie. It's open from him, but it's Messi. It's Iniesta! And the
Barcelona's test was not over even after losing to Inter Milan at the Champions League, as they had another big test against Real Madrid, the El Clasico at La Liga. Unfortunately, Barcelona once again suffer pain, suffer defeat as they lose to Real Madrid 3-1. What went wrong? Of course, many things went wrong. Many questions are going to be asked on Xavi, so let's address about it. And let's start off with the starting 11. Marc-Andre ter Stegen in goal. Our backline: Alejandro Balde, Jules Koundé, Eric Garcia and Sergi Roberto. Midfield 3: Busquets, Pedri, De Jong. And our front 3: Lewandowski, Dembele on the left and Rafinha on the right. So first half, it was just Real Madrid. Real Madrid completely dominated us in first half. They were all over us. They were so good while in possession, as well as their counter-attacks, the long ball approach to Vinicius or Benzema or, Valverde. And it wasn't only them also. Like, this team is so balanced. Real Madrid is so balanced. Like, they really do not they just don't depend upon Valverde, Vinicius, blah, blah, blah. They have other players as well. Like today in that first half, Carvajal was so influential for their attacks because he was making those runs that you'd probably expect like Valverde to make. But Valverde was like, he's just everywhere, man. Like, it's not like he's only a right winger, but he comes to the central as well. He defends also. Like, he is just everywhere. And look, Real Madrid, they fair play to them, man. They absolutely demolished us in the first half. They were all over us. Barcelona, with Xavi, what he went was pretty much the midfield centric, like he always does, with Pedri, De Jong having the ball and switching up to the flanks. But our wingers were not effective at all today. They were wasteful and they could not do anything much. Rafinha, Dembele, it could not be anything much important. And Real Madrid, like, they definitely knew what they had to do. They were doing very well while they were in possession. They were having Modric and Kroos go up top, as well as having Valverde somewhat in the central. Like, he was more so operating in the central. He was of course going to the right side, but then that was being covered up by Carvajal, who used to provide him support. And from the left hand side, Ferland Mendy used to push up top, providing support to Vinicius. And then that they basically used to be the width, and they used to have like Valverde, Vinicius towards the central, so they would have numerical superiority with, of course, supporting Benzema. And Barcelona, one thing I definitely want to question Xavi is what was exactly the approach we were going the final third. In first half, we did not have any approach when we were even when we had the ball, we weren't able to do anything much. It was just Real Madrid's defending was so good. It was like they locked down Lewandowski so well. They overall had so many players near the box. Like, I think they had like 4 to 5 players compulsorily every time when Barcelona attacked near the final third, and we would always get dispossessed. Then they would start the counter attack, and while they also had position, they were playing so quick. And this is the issue number 2, the slow pace. Why were we playing so low? I mean, why were we playing so slow today? Especially like if you play against someone like Real Madrid, who are very good in pressing while trying to cut the lanes as well as push you as well. They are so good in that. In that case, pretty much the best scenario you could go is fast-paced possession, like not very slow-paced as we played today, because we were not having any movements. Issue number 3, no movements. We were not having any movements from our players. Our players were not providing enough movements. They were just waiting for the ball to come, and if in case they had some opportunity, then they would either pass up front or else just go all the way back. Very, very questionable approaches Xavi went today. Like I mentioned, some of them obviously no movements, no fast-paced football, which definitely made me lot surprised, because at times when we had counter-attacks, like sometimes Balde used to get the ball from the left-hand side towards Busquets or something, and then we didn't used to go up front. Like, we used to just wait for the players, let's just wait our time and then we'll slowly pass. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. And Real Madrid, what they did was exactly what we were supposed to do. They were playing quick football, like Modric, Kroos. They weren't having the ball for 10 seconds or something. They were having for 1 second here, 1 second there, pass. Like, my goodness, like, I was just thinking, Xavi, come on, encourage your players for fast-paced football. It's not working slow pace. And of course, it did not happen. And, you know, as always, Real Madrid, they got their benefits. They, of course, scored 2 goals. First goal comes from Karim Benzema outside the box. Fair play, Vinicius broke through, and, you know, as always, that Sergio Roberto scare was there. You know, he just sent Sergio Roberto back to Spain, and Koundé tried to catch up to him. He's just too quick, and Benzema comes at the right place at the right time. And the second goal also for Real Madrid by Valverde this time. And my goodness, this guy just does not stop. He is such a lethal player. And as I said, man, like, Real Madrid, they're just so lethal as a team in general. Like, I cannot even talk much about Barcelona today, because literally, like, Real Madrid were all over us in first half. I am so disappointed. Like, Xavi, in final third, we were clueless. We were not playing fast-paced football. We should have done that, because we should have more movements. And this is another thing that I want Xavi desperately to do. We are kind of going with that Pep type of style. Like, Pep, what he does is he does his slow-paced football. Yeah, but you know, the difference between Pep's Man City and our team is that we do not have that much technical players as Pep's Man City. They are so good in terms of skills and stuff. They have technical skills much better than us, and because of that, they can really adapt to the slow pace football while also switching up the tempo. But today we just played slow pace, only slow pace, did not work at all, and Barcelona conceded 2 goals to Real Madrid. And honestly, you know, I jump up towards rating the players in for first half, but to be honest, I'm not gonna rate anyone. Everybody was horrible, literally. Like, I think I would maybe give some bit of shouts to, I guess, Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen had a couple of good saves. I guess I would give, I think he had like 1-2 good saves. I would give him a bit fair fair points. Alejandro Balde a bit of fair recognition, I guess. And yeah, honestly, I really cannot give anybody else, and it's honestly frustrating. It's honestly really frustrating. So with that, Barcelona ends first half trailing 2-0. Now, of course, second half begins, and well, I guess it wasn't any much change. And Real Madrid, as from the beginning itself, having a lot of control over Barcelona, and up till the 70th minute, they were having good amount of control over Barcelona. But then came on the subs. The subs made change. Ferran Torres came on, Ansu came on, Franquese came on, Gavi came on, and I think Jordi Alba also came on. So these were the 5 subs that Barcelona bought. And honestly, Ferran Torres, Gavi and Ansu, these 3 made change. They brought change into this team. They were very much impactful. Ferran Torres and Ansu Fati, fair play to them. They were so effective in the wings today. And honestly, man, like, I guess at this point, we cannot even let Rafinha and Dembele play anymore. Like, the way how they played today, Ferran Torres and Ansu Fati, they should be given chance next match against Bayern Munich. Our next match is against Bayern Munich. So they should definitely get a chance, because they were phenomenal today. I won't say phenomenal, but they were definitely much better compared to Dembele and Rafinha. And of course, we do get a goal back around the, I think, 82nd or 83rd minute, as Ansu Fati just bursted from the left-hand side. That's what I'm saying. That explosive side of Ansu came out, just sent Valverde away and just ran away inside the box, gave a nice pass towards Lewandowski, and Dowski getting a nice little touch, nice little flick to it, and Ferran Torres scored the goal. It was a really good feint from Dowski. And you know what? I was really happy for Ferran Torres, because he honestly was not getting chances. He proved himself that, you know what, he is up there. And I think next match, he and Ansu should definitely start, because they were really good today. They, at the end, as like they came on, like, you know, they come on around the 68th minute or something, and for 10 minutes they got used to it and stuff, and then after that they just went all over it. And of course, things could not go completely our way, as Real Madrid got a penalty. And well, of course, Eric Garcia, he was also at the fault for the second goal. That useless head that he just gave, I don't know, towards Vinicius, that already was a mistake, and now he gave a penalty as well to Rodrigo. and Rodrigo slid that in, made it 3-1 for Real Madrid. And honestly, Eric Garcia, man, like on ball, he is good. And there's no doubt about it. He was doing his best. He was passing. He was trying to switch flanks and stuff. He is good on ball, but defensively, my goodness, he's not that careful enough. Like, of course, he's young. He will learn. I do understand that, and I think he has to. But before it was like he was all right defensively, like not this bad as he was today. Like today, he made 2 crucial errors. Also against Inter Milan match, if you remember, the Lautaro Martinez goal, that also happened because of Eric Garcia. But he, of course, redeemed that with giving a beautiful cross to Lewandowski. So that's what I'm saying. Like defensively, he is so shit. But offensively, like, you know, when he has the ball on him, he does good. And sometimes defensively as well, he does good. It's like he's so inconsistent in defensive aspects. It's honestly shameful. And one more player that definitely I was a bit disappointed upon was Lewandowski. I always used to stand upon Lewandowski being influential for us while in possession. Like, you know, make him included in our plays. Like, make him also part of the creativity. And today he was, but my goodness, he was so rusty on the ball. His touches were really off. He wasn't having that jazz that he had when he was getting involved in the beginning. Like that match, like if you remember, I think it was the second match in La Liga where him and Pedri scored like 2 goals or something, and they combined so well together. And it was also because like Lewandowski's touches, his passes, creativity, it was all good. But today, my God, he was losing possession so many times. It was honestly embarrassing. And I don't know, is it because that he's rusty like this because he is not much used to touching the ball or something? Because of course he was kind of going like in a poaching aspect, right? Like Xavi was using him as a poacher, just crosses, and inshallah just Dembele, Rafinha whipping those crosses towards him, hoping that Dowski would head them in, and of course it didn't happen. Could that be a reason? I don't know, to be honest, because before he was so good, and that's why I always was saying like provide an extra man by having Lewandowski in the creativity. But my goodness, he was so awful today. And Gavi, fair play, substitutes, like I said, Gavi, Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres, fair play to all 3 of them. They did well. Gavi, of course, getting those ball recoveries in crucial moments. And of course, for our goal, he got the ball recovered and passed it towards Ansu, who then, got explosive. So yeah, substitutions made changes. Our team played horrible, and there are so many players to point out at. But honestly, I would just say our team was shit today. Our team was shit today. Our tactics was shit today. We should not have played slow pace against Real Madrid. It was, we're not at the same length, we're not at the same wavelength, and it sucks. But yeah, just like that, Barcelona lose to Real Madrid 3-1, and this is even much more of a depressing point for the players, especially considering that our next match is also a big test. Because let's say if hypothetically Inter Milan draw against Victoria Pilsen, then we have to compulsorily win against Bayern Munich. And I don't know, could we win with such team? Like, I seriously don't know. Xavi has to address a lot of things. I wouldn't say he is repeating the mistakes, but I do think Xavi has to change his tactics, man. Like, I don't like this tactic. It's like he has to be dynamic. He has to change it up. If slow-paced football is not working, switch it up quickly towards fast-paced football, because we have no other choice. We have to do that. But I guess the players probably aren't on the same wavelength and stuff. It sucks, man. It's fair play to Real Madrid. Fair play to Real Madrid. They beat us 3-1. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, and Visca Barça, of course, because I'm going to support Barcelona nonetheless. So yeah, Visca Barça, Forza Barça, and let's hope for the best against Bayern Munich. Peace.